Let's now talk about visioning and how it supports both our leadership and our engagement in our lives. When I'm teaching this course in person, I like to ask, why does a leader need a vision? And I'm always richly rewarded. People talk about how they trust someone more if they know where they want to go, that it sets direction and it supports our decision making. That's also a way when things get tough to sustain our passion. It changes the possibilities. We know that when Martin Luther King Jr. said, "I have a dream," that in our country, things changed. It brings you supporters. And as you can share with me what your vision is, we create a shared vision as well for the future. One of my favorite quotes from Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous speech is, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today." This is what visionary leadership looks like. And yet it can be tricky because you say, well, he didn't get to see that dream become real. So let's consider a quote from one of King's mentors, Mahatma Gandhi, who said, "Hesitating to act because the whole vision might not be achieved or because others might not yet share it is an attitude that only hinders progress." We need our visions, and they may be grand or they may be small, but they set our direction. They give us a North Star that we can follow. And even if we make a small amount of progress in our lifetime, it's still worth it. I want to pass along a vision exercise to you that you can use with your organization or just in your own personal life. Begin this exercise with imagining sometime in the future, in the best of all possible futures, I like to say, where anything could be possible. And you see a newspaper or a magazine, or you're looking at a computer and you see a headline. And in that headline, you read that your dream has been realized. It may be a dream for yourself, or it may be a dream for the world. What is that headline? And what are the 3 main points of the article beneath that headline? Now, you can create at least 2 or 3 different headlines if you want, because you may want to think about your personal dream that's been realized, or what's a dream for your organization or your community. Or you can also think of your greater dream for the world. Our visions, our larger visions, really need actually to incorporate all 3. So from this, if I were coaching you in person or we were at a leadership workshop, I would take this headline exercise and we would move into you creating a personal vision statement. And I would ask you to begin your vision statement with either, "I envision a world where," or also, "I have a dream." Now you want to write your vision statement in the present tense. You want it to be also an intersection, the mandorla, between your personal needs and wants and as well of what you want for your community or the world. What would selfish selflessness look like for you? We don't have to save the world, but we can do, as Mother Teresa once said, small things with great love and create positive change. I hope that your vision statement, as you create it, brings you more alive and energy to your next project. I know in my own case, it calls me to courage and to creativity. Here's an example of a personal vision statement from one of my students over the years. She said, "I envision a world where human trafficking no longer exists. Women are safe in their own homes and children are allowed to be children. In this world, I support women's rights and foster a new generation who believe in their voice and talents. I provide women's empowerment training so that women in developing countries or those with little education know their rights and how to save themselves. I also start a nonprofit that provides young girls from around the world new educational opportunities. I live a balanced and healthy life and have ample time for my children and husband. We own our own home and we have enough financial security that I can continue to do the work I love for as long as I wish. I travel for pleasure and I have a large circle of friends who love and support me. Notice how this rising leader had the grand vision of removing human trafficking from the world, but you can also see that she takes care of herself and makes sure that she's bringing joy to her life while she's working on these bigger issues. Notice how she's standing in the mandorla. We will soon consider project planning, but I wanted to point out that we want our projects to be connected to our vision and structured as multiple SMART, specific, measurable, related to your vision and time-bound initiatives. In this way, you break your grand vision into small steps. And this is a way to achieve your dreams. I want to leave you with this quote by the Chinese writer and philosopher Lin Yutang. He said, "Hope is like a road in the country, where there was no road, but then when many people walk on it, the road comes into existence." I hope that I get to walk on some of the roads that you are all creating through your visions and projects. Let's create new paths together. I encourage you to complete the headline exercise within this video and to write your personal vision statement, since we will also return to these later in the course.